Welcome, welcome one and all. Winter Wizard here, and in this video I'm going to be delivering the latest news and channel updates for Winter Wizard 7. Thank you for joining me today, whoever you are, and welcome to this October channel update video for Winter Wizard 7. Got an exciting one for you today. We're going to be looking at several different things. We've got a nice shiny new book to look at. I'm going to be filling you in on the hobby updates for all the different factions here on Winter Wizard 7. Be telling you the next focus for content on the YouTube channel, and I've also got a nice in-depth discussion at the end to share some insights on some meditation I've been doing. It's cold and lonely here in Winter Wizard's Frozen Fortress, but it's a beautiful afternoon. It's nice and sunny. I've got a nice cup of tea over there, Karen Gold, and I'm joined as always by my friend and co-host, Norwegian Troll Dimmu. So this is going to be nice. I'm just going to run you through what's been going on here. Got a few things to look at, and then and we'll wrap it up from there. So the very first and very exciting thing we're going to be looking at here in the October update is the 9th edition Codex Space Marines. Very nice indeed. I just thought I'd mention that these plasters on my hand had a few close encounters with the craft knife, so this is why you should always be careful with sharp objects. But luckily Dimmu is the first aid trained designate here in the Frozen Fortress, so nothing to worry about there. But yes, Codex Space Marines, very nice indeed. I must say, as always with Games Workshop, the production value is absolutely beautiful. Absolutely stunning indeed. It's another beautiful book. It really is. I'm really loving the new layout style and just the general overall style and theme that they're going for with the 9th edition look. I think it's really nice indeed, really nice. There's some people I heard weren't a big fan of this artwork. I'm not sure why. I mean, I really like it personally. I think it's really cool. I still think it's pretty grim dark, and it's certainly different feel. It's slightly different style. I'm struggling to think of how to describe it really. It almost feels a little bit more cartoony, but I don't think it's too much. I still think it's very cool, very nice. It's a beautiful piece of artwork. Yeah, but the general overall look, the style, the new branding and the logo. Do like the logo? Yeah, nothing wrong with that in my opinion. I did think it was a little bit Top Gun at first, but I like it. Yeah, so no complaints there from me. But then we open this up, and inside it's just wow. It's just a joy to flick through these kind of books. They really are beautiful, beautifully put together. This really feels like the best Space Marine Codex so far. Feels the most rounded, covering all the chapters. Going to talk a little bit about that. Yeah. Yeah. Been having a great time sitting down with a cup of tea, flicking through this. Yeah, your Sons of Mortarion. Bless them. Chapter command. All the companies. I love how many different chapters that they represent in this. Where are they? Yeah, they got all these different color schemes. Give you loads of inspiration for painting your own stuff, or maybe you want to do one of these. Always liked the Scythes of the Emperor. I thought that was a cool color scheme. Might be the one that I would do if I had to choose one. And they are Sons of Gilliman, Sons of Dawn, Sanguinius. So it's great that every chapter seems to have a nice page, seems to have about the same. You can really just sit there and read about all the different ones. The White Scars and Dark Angels. Sons of the Lion. I've got a... I'm going to have a score to settle with them. My brother, dear brother, he's collecting a Dark Angels army. Can't wait to get the Space Wolves' teeth stuck into that. Sons of Korax, the Raven Guard. Also Damnos. Damnos, the dead don't stay dead. Beautiful stuff. And then they are the Sons of Russ, the Space Wolves. There they are. Yeah, I've enjoyed reading that. Curse of the Wolf in there. The Salamanders, I do like them a lot. The Iron Hands, they're alright. They're alright. Death Watch. And again, look, all these wonderful colour schemes, and so much to look at, so much to absorb and get inspired by. That's wonderful. And then the rules themselves. I really like how they've the Codex feels much more restructured. For example, you flick straight to the back. You've got your points at the back as always. With the layout of this is much better. Much better. Just title at the top, unit size, cost, options. If it's not there, it's free. Yeah, it's brilliant. Rather than having just a big long list of all the different weapons, and you'd have to scroll through to try and find the one that you're after. You find your unit you're after, and all the weapon choices are there. Brilliant. That's really good. Yeah, what else I really like, which makes a lot of sense to me, is right before your points values, you've got all your weapons. You've got all your weapon loadouts, and all your profiles. All the profiles there. That makes a lot of sense to me. These were in a slightly different section before. You had this, and then you had some other bits, and then the points at the end. Well, I think this works much better. You've got all the weapons, everything what they do, all listed nicely in a nice big index. Ranged, melee, additionals, and then points for everything. Yeah, that's really good to me. It's really good. And just to flick back to the start, the rules themselves. There we are. Attachments, the rules. All your different bits. Battlefield rules, Battleforge rules, army rules, data sheets, war gear points. Combat patrol. So there's your standard abilities. All your chapter tactics here. See, what I wasn't sure about at first is because I've always liked having an individual Space Wolves Codex, but I think this makes an awful lot of sense actually. This you buy this book, and whatever Space Marine army you're collecting, this is the book you start with, and you can run any kind of army that you want just with this book. I think that's really good actually. You might not have all the unique choices and unit options that are unique to that faction, but for now, you could start here and you could pick your flavour and go with it, which is good. I think that's really good. And all your successor chapters here. You could have Inheritors of the Primarch, so you could choose one of these without being tied to the keyword. It's quite nice. The chapter command here. I know this isn't new. I don't think this is new anyway. But this is never in the Space Wolves Codex, so this is quite interesting to me. Some of these are very nice actually. Master of Sanctity. Quite like the idea of that. Yeah, I like that a lot. Things like your litanies going off on a 3, you can't re-roll it. Always very annoying. But you take this and pay a command point to get an additional warlord trait, and well, your litanies are going off on 2s now. And if you want to use the stratagem, which gets a litany off without having to roll. It only costs 1 command point. I think that's really cool. That's good. I'm thinking of using a chaplain in or a wolf priest in my Space Wolves army, but so that sounds pretty nice indeed. And Chief Apothecary as well. That sounds really good for me. My Space Wolves army, I'm going for a nice heavy infantry, lots of storm shields with Terminators with storm shields. So the ability to be able to just, here, Warlord trait, return a destroyed model to the unit using the combat revival stratagem, costs 0 command points. That's mental. It's free, completely free to pick up a Storm Shield Terminator with 3 wounds and put him back on the board. With all his wounds back. That's brilliant. So I might try that one out. Here in the stratagems here, I like the new layout. I don't know if the categories really mean that much, but it's nice to be able to sort of break them up so you know. You try and remember that stratagem and you think, oh, I remember it's a battle tactic, or it's a deed, it's a strategic ploy. I think that's just nice. The layout's totally different as well. I like it a lot. Yeah, there's loads. I've read through these stratagems. They seem pretty good. There's a lot of stuff which focuses on Primaris. I'm not particularly interested in Primaris Marines, but it's nice that they have something which separates them. Now that Tactical Marines and Primaris are on the same wounds, they both have 2 wounds, it's good that Primaris have things which separate them, and Tacticals also have the same. Whether Primaris getting extra treatment is well, that's for you to decide. I know what I think, but no, but it's all good stuff. It's all good. Some Warlord traits here again. All your individual founding chapters here. The whether it's your Salamanders, Ultramarines, Raven Guard, Black Templars, Space Wolves, Blood Angels, Dark Angels, they're all here. So you can buy this book and you can have a themed army with one of these themes ready to go. So I like that option. Some relics there. And the Librarius and Obscuration Discipline. Psychic powers. Litanies. And these are your match play secondary objectives. Now I've heard some people talk about they're wondering maybe that will really throw off the balance. You know, some armies might get ones that are really easy, but I think if they're clever with it, if they're careful with it, you know, they're not too easy, not too difficult, then I love this idea. I was always a really big fan of Maelstrom of War, and I really liked the unique cards just for that army. So the idea that your army has its own set of objectives, I think that's absolutely brilliant. I love that. It's thematic, it's fluffy as hell, you know, and very cool. Yeah, I love it. I love that you can build an army to meet an objective as well. You know, they have a certain goal in mind or a certain agenda. I like that a lot. Crusade as well, again, I still haven't managed to sit down with that cup of tea and go through the Crusade rules, but I certainly will at some point. It does look good. Again, heard mixed reviews, but I'm sure I'll give it a try. Most definitely. And there we go then. Then we get to all the data sheets themselves. And again, I was unsure about this, about combining everything into this one book, and then what does that mean for all the other armies? But I actually think this is really, really good. I think this is really good. So it doesn't matter what Space Marine army you have. Grey Knights are obviously going to be a different thing. Grey Knights, Custodes. But all the Space Marines, you can buy this book, and no matter what kind of Space Marine faction you have, Blood Angels, Space Wolves, Salamanders, you can take anything you like from this book. pretty sure, unless I've missed something, I'm pretty certain that every single unit in this book can be taken in any kind of Space Marine army. And that makes sense, you know. It doesn't make sense that particular chapters won't have access to stuff that every other Space Marine army seems to be getting. So I love this. And then you got things like your chaplain. Where does it say? It says here. So a Wolf Priest, if this unit is from the Space Wolves chapter or one of its successors chapter, it has the Wolf Priest keyword. So that's really cool. That's brilliant. So it's all here. Your chaplains, your apothecaries, because a Wolf Priest used to be a chaplain and an apothecary rolled into one. And it's a shame that it doesn't appear to be that that's the case anymore. So you're going to have to choose between a chaplain or an apothecary. But you know, fair enough, fair's fair. And it will say something like a Tech Marine here, which we know in our Space Wolves army is an Iron Priest. And it's got it here. If this model is from your Space Wolf chapter or one of its successor chapters and is not equipped with a plasma cutter, its bolt pistol and Omniscient power axe can be replaced with one Hellfrost pistol and one Tempest hammer. So there we go. So there's your Iron Priest there. So it's giving you all the options, but it's all contained. So I really like this a lot. And then what you're going to get is you're going to get your supplements. And in each of those supplements, whether it's Blood Angels, Dark Angels, Space Wolves, are all going to have the unique units which only that chapter can take. To me, that seems cleaner, seems more concise. That seems really cool. So, big thumbs up from this wizard here. But there we go, that's just a few passing remarks on the new Space Marine Codex. Like I said, I was a bit unsure at first. I was wondering, do I even need this book? My Space Wolves army is very much about the unique Space Wolves units, but in actual fact, I do. If you want to take a Wolf Priest or a Tech Marine, it's all in here. And if I did decide I wanted to try out any of the other units, maybe I'll try an Ancient or if I ever did decide to incorporate any Primaris Marines into the army, then it's all here. So I think they've done a fantastic job of that. And once again, just the production quality is absolutely beautiful. So that's that. Well, there we go then. So we're going to put that aside, and then we're going to take a look at the factions here on the channel and find out what's been going on with them. So the first army on the channel is, of course, the Drowned Plague, the Death Guard. There they are. So as you can imagine, having a look at the Codex Space Marines, the new one, and knowing that they've announced Codex Death Guard, I'm extremely excited about that. Absolutely can't wait for that book to come out. And but hobby-wise, with the Death Guard, just been really enjoying them as always. Absolutely love playing them in games. Been having quite a few games. If you follow me on my Instagram account, then you'll see some updates of that. Some little photos and a little mini write-up of some of the games I've been playing. The last little adventure that we did with the Death Guard with the Drowned Plague was a nice little bit of conversion work. So we've got Titus here, Lord Commander Titus, second in command of the Drowned Plague. And we did some, I just felt like making him a little bit more individual, you know. This is he's the Typhus model, but always wanted to do something a bit more unique and a bit more fitting of the Drowned Plague. So I'll quickly zoom in and show you what we've done here. There he is then. So we gave him a nice trident there, and turned the destroyer hive into a hive of slushy tentacles. I had a lot of fun doing this. I think I'm over the moon with the result. I think it looks fantastic. Yeah. But there's a so on the channel, Disgusting Conversions, a little conversion series of mine. Last two videos in the series is showing you exactly how I've done these. So the first one is going through the process of doing the trident, and the second video is all about how we did the tentacles. So if you like what you see here, then please do go and check them out. So that's the last thing that we did for the Death Guard. And so content-wise on YouTube, well, we've done a ton of showcase videos for them. They've got their painting series, Painting the Drowned Plague, all complete. Disgusting Conversions, we've got 7 episodes of that, so I'm calling that complete. And we were going to focus and do some army development videos for them. That's something I want to get into as well. But I figured that I'm going to wait for the new codex to come out before we start that. Because knowing what will happen is I'll do the video, I'll put it on YouTube, and then the following week, new codex will come out. So I'm going to hang fire with that. But that's definitely going to be something I'm going to be doing at some point as well. But possibly the most fun I've had making a video was the recent faction focus and lore video that I did for the Drowned Plague, which was called The Sinking of Atlantis 4 and the Rise of Garglerod Deep. Yes, so it's just a 12-minute short story that I wrote. The video is designed to be it's faction focus and lore, so it's designed to be a lore story from the Drowned Plague, but it's also designed to be the video that gives you your proper official introduction to the army. So, but yes, I had a great amount of fun doing that, doing the voices and the narrating and getting all the music for it and stuff. That was a huge amount of fun. And it's definitely, the lore videos is definitely something that I'm going to be doing some more of. Absolutely. And I think with regards to the Drowned Plague and lore, I think Lord Commander Titus here deserves a lore video for himself. Certainly I've got some good ideas of what I want that to be about. Maybe tell you the story of how we got this trident and what all that's about. But at some point in the future, we'll most definitely be doing that. So we'll move on now. We'll swap over to the AdMech. Here we are then, the Forge Phobos, the Cult of Fear, Adeptus Mechanicus army. Now, very exciting times for them coming up. I've gotten to the point where I've built a nice foundation of content up for the Death Guard here on YouTube, so I'm trying to catch up with the armies that I've got. And next up, we've got the Adeptus Mechanicus. So it's their time to be the focus now. The first thing that I want to do is do a faction focused lore video for them. So you've got your introduction, you've got your official starting point for the army there. I've got all the ideas for that. I'm currently writing it at the moment, and all being well, a bit anxious about saying this, but all being well, hopefully, fingers crossed, if I can get it finished and produced quick enough, then I'm hoping to release it, to premiere it live on Halloween. That's it, Saturday the 31st of October. So hopefully we'll get to see the first lore video and the faction focus for the AdMech then. And then following that, we'll see a nice flow of content for Forge Phobos. So showcase videos, I've got a bit of conversion work I can show you that I've done with them. Yeah. Army development videos, they'll come eventually. I might do the Death Guard first, but they'll get them as well. And of course the painting series, the in-depth painting series. It'll be a multi-part series of painting tutorials, and the idea is that the collection of tutorials covers every aspect of painting the colour scheme for the army. So for example, we did one for the Drowned Plague, painting the Drowned Plague, and what I do is I choose one model, typically a character that's going to encompass all the different aspects. So for example, we had Gutrot Spume for the Death Guard. He was covered in tentacles and bones and armour, and he had lots of skin and lots of metal plating and weapons as well. So it gave me a real nice canvas that covered all the different aspects of painting the colour scheme. So we're going to do that with the AdMech as well. And so we've been thinking about it. Had a few ideas of what model we could go for with the AdMech, but we've decided on one, and it's going to be Belisarius Cawl himself. There it is. So I've always wanted to paint this model, but I don't play Mars as a Forge World in game. I play Styges, so I've never really been able to field Belisarius, but I've always wanted to paint the model And let me zoom in here. Yeah, so there, as you can see, there's everything going on with this guy. He's got all the bionics, cabling, metal, his armor plating as well. He's got these wonderful big robes here, skulls, skin, all these shiny things, shiny plasma-y stuff, and all those bits and bobs. And he's even got like this kind of claw weapon over here, which has got the dark red armor plating as well. So with that arm here and this little spidery thing on the floor, I'm going to be able to show you how I do vehicle armor as well. And that was the thing that was a bit tricky, trying to find a model that's going to engulf everything: foot soldiers, characters, intricate bits, vehicles as well. But I've had a good look at him, and I think we've got everything that we need in this one model. So that's what it's going to be. But yeah, so we're going to get the lore video done, the faction focus, and we're going to start doing some showcase videos, and we'll get on with the painting serials. We'll get on with painting all Belisarius here. Yeah, so some exciting times ahead for the AdMech. But we'll take a look at the Space Wolves now. Here we are then. So the Space Wolves, the Frost Paws, as they're called. We've got the Codex here, which is of course a little bit redundant now with the new Space Marine Codex. But so the plan with them, they are the third army. I've having so much fun building and painting the models. The last thing that we built and painted was one of these, if I can get it on screen. A Stormfang gunship. Absolutely stunning model. It's probably the biggest thing that I've painted, except for possibly Gargle Rot. But yeah, an absolutely beautiful model. I'm not sure how great they are going to be in game. They can certainly pack an enormous amount of firepower, and I think they'll be good fun, but I do worry they'll get a bit sort of blown off the table. But I just had to have one, and I'm gonna give it a go anyway. But so that's the last thing that we painted up. And we're just about up to about 1,500, 1,700 points of Space Wolves at the moment, and we still yet to have their first official game. So what makes sense to do now is to wait for supplement Space Wolves to come out, and then we'll be focusing on getting them to the tabletop. I've got a 2,000 point list that I think I'm pretty happy with, and needs a little bit of work, and we'll wait to see what the new book does for us. But yeah, having an I absolutely love the Space Wolves so much. Having a wonderful time collecting them. And once the AdMech have had their faction focus video, once they've had their painting series, a little bit of conversion work, and a collection of showcase videos, hopefully we'll then get stuck into doing that with the Space Wolves. We'll get them a showcase video, we'll get them a faction lore video, a faction focus, a defining lore video, and we'll get them showcased, we'll get them painted up in a tutorial series. And yeah, and hopefully if we can get the AdMech done by the end of the year, gives us January and February to crack on with the Space Wolves content here on YouTube, and then it will be coming up to March, and March is the start of a new hobby year for me, which means a new army. So I want to get those core sort of foundation of contents done for each of the armies, but it doesn't mean that we're not going to see more content from them. We certainly will. We'll be seeing lots more for each of the armies. So that's something I'm going to talk to you about right now. So what I wanted to talk about is Winter Wizard 7. What is it really about? What makes Winter Wizard 7 unique? What makes it separate to all the other channels out there? What makes it tick? What is its focus? What is Winter Wizard 7 really about? So to backtrack a little bit, when I first started this channel, when I started making the videos, it was really because followers on my Instagram account were asking me, have you got a tutorial that you can show us about how you paint your Death Guard army? And I did that, and I I decided it would be fun to throw in topics of discussion, and the videos, they were quite long, and I had these in-depth discussions which I spoke about as well, and I really liked that, and that was good fun. And then I was wondering after I finished the series, I was wondering what to do after that, and had another idea, painting winter war gear, which is still going to happen eventually. And I spoke a bit in one of the videos of the series. I talked about the future of Winter Wizard 7, ideas and what's coming next. And I spoke about that painting winter war gear. I spoke about battle reports, and I just want to address what I said. I suppose my thinking is the channel didn't really have much focus. I wasn't really sure what I wanted it to be. I was just coming up with ideas and thinking, yeah, we'll try this, we'll do this. But and it's taken me quite a while to think to myself, well, what is this channel really about? I really want to have a focus, to have a drive, to have that core that makes this channel what it is. And so that makes me very excited now to tell you that after a lot of thinking, a lot of meditating, and a lot of playing around with some different ideas, it has occurred to me what this channel should be about. And it's quite simple, really. It's about them. It's Winter Wizard 7 is about the factions. It's about, but more specifically, it's about the unique approach that I have to making these factions. The unique color scheme, the unique story behind them, or the lore, the unique way that they look, the way that I play them on the table, and all that together. You know, Winter Wizard 7 is not a channel about Death Guard conversion work. It's not a channel about how to paint Mech. It's not a channel about lore and stories of the Space Wolves. This is a channel about the Drowned Plague. This is a channel about Forge Phobos. This is a channel about the Frost Paws. This is a channel about all of them and every other army that's going to come in the future. You come to this channel to see the Drowned Plague. You come to this channel to see Forge Phobos, to see the Frost Paws. And that's what it's about. So what does that mean, Winter Wizard? Maybe you're wondering. Well, I'll tell you what it means. So, content-wise, it means that if these are the focus, let's take the Drowned Plague, for example. The Drowned Plague, you come to this channel to see the Drowned Plague. You're going to want to know, what do they look like? There's your showcase videos. You're going to want to know, how are they painted? There's your tutorials. You're going to want to know, well, what other ways do you convert them, or what other things do you do to make them unique? Well, there's your tutorial, the mini tutorial series, the disgusting conversion. And how do we build the army? And what does the army look like on the tabletop? So, you know, how do we incorporate their story and their theme and their, you know, into the way that the army is built and into the way that they play on the tabletop? And there's your army list building videos. And of course, you're going to want to see them actually fight. You're going to want to see them in battles. You're going to want to see them rolling dice. And there's your battle reports. And I'm personally not in the business of making battle reports at the moment in time. What I do, however, is very graciously Luke and James Barker, Striking Scorpion 82, JB Wargamer 87, very kindly invite me down and let me be a humble guest on their channels. So, and the links to those games are in my are in the playlists on my channel here. So for now, you get to see them fight on the tabletop through those channels. And of course, you're going to want to know, what's their story? Who are they? What's their drive? Who are these characters? You're going to want to meet the characters, hear them, and those are the lore videos. Those are the faction focus videos. Those are the lore, the stories behind it. And to me, I love the fact that whatever aspect of the hobby you're into, the Drowned Plague has something for you. If you want to look at pretty pictures, or you want to learn to paint something, you want to convert something, you want to build an army, you want to see a battle report, you want to hear a story, like an audiobook style lore story, there'll be something for each of the factions. Every single one is going to have all of that content, whether it's showcases, painting, converting, or doing something more unique, army list building, battle reports, lore fiction. They'll all have it. Every single faction will have it. And I hope you can tell that just from listening to me, how excited that makes me. That really makes me tick, and that's really what I want the focus of the channel to be about. You know, once again, you come to Winter Wizard 7 to see the Drowned Plague, to see Forge Phobos, to see the Frostpools and every other army that will come. That's what Winter Wizard 7 is really about, and I hope that makes you as excited as it does me. So I just thought I'd very quickly show you what that's going to look like on YouTube itself. So here we have the YouTube channel here. This is what it looks like. And you scroll down, and at the top, uploads here. So all the latest uploads for quick and easy access, and if you're coming from like the Instagram account and you're following the bio link, then it'll take you straight there. But then where it really starts is here. The factions of Winter Wizard 7 start here. So the idea is each of the factions, the Drowned Plague, Forge Phobos, the Frostpools, each of them will have a faction focus and lore video. That's their defining lore story. That's got the little breakdown of the faction in there at the end as well, and some pictures, some showcase pictures of the models to look at as well. So there'll be one video for each of the armies in this playlist, and the idea is that's where you start. You start here, you get to watch the video, hear about the faction, and then you can go from there. We scroll down, you've got the Drowned Plague. Everything Drowned Plague, everything Death Guard here, marked by the little crab symbol there. There's your faction lore, your showcases, your painting, conversion work. There will be army list development stuff eventually, and also featured battle reports there. Scroll down, Forge Phobos, marked by the skull. There we go, they will have all the same stuff there. Showcases, lore, painting, conversions, army list building, battle reports, and you scroll down, the Frostpools, marked by the wolf symbol there. Again the same, lore, showcase, painting, conversions or other similar stuff, army list, and battle reports. And scroll down here, all the channel updates will be here for you to stay updated on what's going on. And down here, popular uploads if you want a little bit of pick and mix, and right at the bottom there, Friends of Winter Wizard 7. And that's what the channel's going to look like, and so those things will be the core content, and I'm sure we'll see some other stuff in the future. So there we are then, that concludes the October channel update for Winter Wizard 7. We've got a few showcase videos for the Death Guard left to get on with, and hopefully very soon we'll see the faction focus and lore video for Forge Phobos, followed by a steady flow of content coming in for them. If you've enjoyed the video today, if you enjoy my work, then a like and a comment would be very, very much appreciated. And if you'd like to see more of what goes on here inside the Frozen Fortress, then perhaps you'll also consider becoming a subscriber. And once again, whoever you are, thank you very, very much for joining me today. I'm Winter Wizard, that's Dimmu, and for now, keep it frosty.